Welcome to another Mercy Health matchup as we preview another game in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown. I'm Richard Skinner. He's Tom Gamble. We preview Milford taking on Loveland this Friday night. Milford comes in with a record of 1-1, Loveland 0-2. And Tom, an interesting game because it does mean something for both teams.
Well, this is a rarity. Two teams in the same league. They're both members of the Eastern Cincinnati Conference. They'll play Friday night at Eagle Stadium in Milford. And then 2 weeks later, they'll literally play, again, an ECC game. Very rare, but they had an opening. Both teams had an opening week 3, came to me and said, is there a way we could have this be part of the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown? And I said, absolutely. Why? It's the battle for the bell and the Battle of Miami Township. So those are, these are two neighboring communities and they're rival games. So let's do it.
Yep. Milford comes in with a record of 1-1, lost in week 1 to Princeton 38-7, but that was a 14-7 game early in the fourth quarter. And then last week got a nice bounce back win to beat Dayton Dunbar 27-26. They got a great quarterback in Hunter Johnson.
Hunter Johnson threw a couple TD passes in that game, but it was really the defense. They had an interception return for a TD. One of 3 interceptions, forced a fumble as well. So the defense of Milford. And don't forget, this is Tom Grippa, graduated a ton of players from last season when they picked up their first playoff victory. And they're looking for 4 years in a row of making the postseason.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive what Tom Grippa has done in his short time at Milford. Caleb Johns, the running back, also a good game last week with 83 yards. You mentioned the graduation losses. They had 2 total receptions coming back from last year's team. Wow. So they're a work in progress. So too is Loveland, off to a tough 0-2 start, and they've not played great in either game, but in a rivalry game, who knows?
Well, you're right. And Andy Cruz, first-year coach, some injuries, primarily defensive on the line, defensive side of the ball, and youth, and that's never a very good combination. They've given up 50 in each of the first 2 games. Now, Sycamore is a very good football team. They played week 1. Last week, they lost to Lebanon, but they've got a good quarterback, too. Calvin Cloud, tall kid, throws the football well, 19-33, 220 yards, a couple of TDs last week against Loveland. So they're hoping, you're right, you never know. In a rival game, you're hoping for a little bit of a bounce back. Should be a great crowd, great atmosphere. Don't forget, tailgate at the Showdown. We'll be out there starting with a live broadcast, 5 o'clock, myself, Tony Pike, Joe and Jeremy from Fox 19 Sports, and Scott Springer from Cincinnati.com talking about this game and all the other games around town Friday night.
All right, speaking of all the other games in this event, the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown, where can people find information?
They can go to the website, xtownshowdown.com. You can check out our YouTube channel at the website, or you can follow us on Twitter at xtownshowdown as well for all that information and everything that is Showdown. Coming up next, it's the Mercy Health Huddle, the source of health information for your student athlete.
Hi again, everybody. We're here with Dr. Frank Noyes. He's the director of Cincinnati Sports Medicine, Mercy Health, and also at the Research and Education Center. And Dr. Noyes, we've been around sports for a long time. Everyone that follows sports has heard of ACL injuries. Tell us a little bit about ACL injuries.
Many people don't realize that there are over 300,000 ACL injuries in the United States, and probably worldwide over 1 million. It's a devastating injury, but the good news is that we have very good surgical techniques now to fix the ACL. The problem is the athlete must commit to rehabilitation, a good 12 weeks of good rehabilitation, so you don't have a complication. And if you have an ACL, you're not going to be back on the playing field in 6 months. You may have a serious repeat injury if you do. It takes up to 9 months to a year to really rehab an athlete to get back to play safely.
Now, this really surprised me, and I'll ask you this. Why is it that women are more prone to ACL injuries than men?
Well, women have up to 4 to 6 times the risk of an ACL injury, which is very serious. And that's because they don't have the same strength as a male, and they land with the knee straight, and they land with what's called a wiggle-wobble knee. We have very specific programs to increase the strength of women and also to teach them how to jump and how to land and how to decelerate safely. So if you are a female athlete, look into these programs. You need them to prevent an ACL injury.
Speaking of preventing ACL injuries, tell us a little bit about Sports Metric.
Well, we developed a program called Sports Metrics. We're very proud of it. It's a nonprofit program. It's been out for 25 years now. It's in over 1,200 cities in the United States. It is a 6-week training program, and it is designed to decrease that incidence of an ACL tear. And very importantly, if you've had an ACL tear, unfortunately, you may have up to a 20% chance that you can have a repeat injury. So you need these programs. If you're a female or a mom or a dad, look into these neuromuscular training programs, and we're very pleased to announce that Mercy Health has introduced these programs into a majority of their high schools. They've been a great partner to work with. This is a great program to prevent injuries before they occur.
Well, take it from somebody that knows. He's done more than 20,000 ACL injuries. Dr. Noyes, great information today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
When it hurts to move, what often hurts most is the fact that you can't. Because every rebound is calling your name, and every dance should be danced. It's in moments like these that we step in to help you step back off the sidelines. Because it takes two to tango in this life, and you are meant to be the one. Mercy Health, healthcare for the universe of you. Find an orthopedic doctor at mercy.com/ortho.